Okay, now we're going to look at finding a way of ending the game. So after they've played a round, we need to see if they've got no money left. Okay, basically their balance is zero. You shouldn't let them play again. Bit of a moral issue there. And if they say yes, if they've got more than enough to play for another round, if they say yes, keep playing. If they press no, it's going to finish them up. So we're going to put this all into a play again method. Once again, there are lots of different ways to do this. This is just one example. So let's go down to the bottom of our code, and we're going to add a new method. Make sure it's in the right position. And we're going to check if the user wants to play again, or if they can play again. So this is going to give public bool, because it's going to give us a true-false option. Play again, and then we need to work out if they're going to play again. We're going to assume they don't want to play again. And so now we need to check. And we need to declare that as a boolean. Check if the balance is more than 0. So let's do that. If balance is greater than 0, they can play again. Otherwise, no way they can play. So now we need to check if they want to play again. So we need to read an input and display a message. So let's display that message out to them. Now what we're going to do is while the console.readline is not equal to yes, or console.readline is not equal to no, we're going to tell them to enter in yes or no. So essentially it's going to loop through this section of the code until they type in yes or no. So we're forcing them to write one of those options. So if actually, let's change that. That's not going to work. So we're just going to modify it here. So we're going to change it to a string. Input is assigned to console.readline. So if input is not equal to console.readline, or input is not equal to n, so if they don't type in yes or no, then we need to read in the input again. We need to do this just so we've got this variable to be able to use later on. So if input is equal to yes, then answer is true. Otherwise, answer is false. So we're just doing a play again, seeing if they write true or false. Now we're going to test this. Going back up to our game here, I'm just going to comment out the play single round and play round, because we're just going to assume. Actually, we're going to leave the balance, because we're just going to we're going to comment out the balance, because we're just going to change the balance to, let's say, be 0. So hopefully that should get it to finish. Let's just test that. Play again, so this is going to give us a true-false answer. So we're just testing to see what output we get. So at the moment we're assuming the balance is 0, so it should automatically be false. So let's run that. Might take a little bit of time to get it started up. So it's given us a false message. So let's give it so we've got a balance that we're actually able to use. So now it should be asking us these questions. So once again, this is just a bit of testing to see if the program works. So I'm going to type in ASD, it asks us again, going to press yes. Obviously it's still just looping around. Okay, so we've actually got a problem here, so we need to go and have a look at our code. Let's look at what we actually wrote, see if we can work out what our problem is. So let's try it with AND. So the input is not Y, and it's not N. So often some of these errors are due to our logic. So this is why we need to go through and test our program thoroughly with all the different possible options. Oh, okay, so it's given us a false answer. So it's asked us, do you want to play again? We said yes. But it has returned answer being false. Reason being, it's always going to return false. Rather than returning false, I'm going to return answer. So let's start this and test again. Once again, really good to go through and check your code. So yes, I do. Cool, it's got true. Now we need to make sure that it does the no option properly, because I have kind of made those changes. Good. So with all that testing, I've now been able to test this code. A lot easier to test it when I'm just testing one little section, just that play again part, rather than the entire program. Makes my life a lot easier.